There's a pervasive, expensive myth circulating in leadership circles today. It's the idea that if your team is disengaged, slow, or burnt out, you have a culture problem. You're told you need better buy in, more accountability, or perhaps a team building retreat to align your values. That is a distraction. Because as a leader, you are the architect of your team's environment. And right now, most are forcing their elite talent to work inside a digital obstacle course. When you ask a high performer to navigate through 40 different logins, manual data entry loops, and fragmented Slack threads just to complete a single client task, you aren't just losing time. You are wasting your most precious asset, human cognitive bandwidth. You may have heard that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Well, I say if culture eats strategy for breakfast, your friction is going to eat your culture for lunch. See, we've been taught that culture is the software of the organization. But the truth is, friction, the technical and procedural resistance to your daily operations, really is the hardware that culture is forced to run on. No amount of ownership talk survives a tech stack that makes it impossible to own anything. Your disengaged employees aren't lazy. They're suffering from digital fragmentation, and they're exhausted from fighting the tools that they were promised that were going to help them. So here's 3 insights into the people platform whirlwind. Number 1, there is a cognitive switching tax. So every time an employee jumps from the CRM to a spreadsheet, then to a project tool, then back to email, they're paying a switching tax. Research shows that sometimes it can take up to 20 minutes to regain focus after a distraction. And honestly, when you're creating distraction, like jumping from one system to another, it may not take 20 minutes, but it's certainly going to reduce the cognitive load that somebody can actually handle. Number 2, the login barriers. So if employees often send quick messages to request data instead of using the 50K platform that you bought, it indicates your platform has failed. So having difficult to use tools where people are having to bypass them or creating shadow systems such as sticky notes and private messages that are really obscuring the truth simply because they don't want to keep logging into different things, that's creating a giant obstacle for your people to have to move around. So the third one is the resentment loop. High performing employees don't quit jobs. They quit management and poor leadership. Also, however, they leave systems that undermine their confidence. So here's a gold nugget that you can take away with you today. It's called the one window audit. So tomorrow morning, or even today if you want, perform a single and simple zero cost diagnostic. I want you to pick one standard recurring task in your business, like onboarding a client or generating a report. Ask a team member to perform it while you watch. Truly go out to the Gemba and watch the team perform the task. Count how many different browser tabs or applications they have to open to finish that one task. And if the count is more than 3, you do not have a people problem. You have an architecture problem. Every tab beyond the 3rd is a leak in your profit margin and a crack in your culture. W. Edwards Deming once said, "A bad system will beat a good person every time." So I'm really curious to find out what you learned from your observations. Drop them in the comments below.